everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Mage the Ascension the Victorian Age here on Dork Tales. Welcome. I hope you're enjoying this little bit of time travel we have prepped for you as we hop aboard the Empress Express and continue on our trip toward Bombay. I'm your storyteller, Kelly. I use he and him, and I am inviting you to join us along on this journey tonight with the majority of the cast here. Amy, unfortunately, is once again under the weather. Chronic illnesses. They're chronic and illnesses, so we wish her the best of speedy recovery because she's had a bunch of games this weekend. She was very upset that she couldn't join us tonight, so we love you, Amy.
And when the illnesses gang up on you, they're even more chronic.
Yeah, it's really true. So Amy, we miss you, and don't worry, I have license to cause lots of trouble on Amy's behalf. But who am I going to cause that trouble for? Let's find out right now as we meet our players. I'm going to cause some trouble for Christine. Hi, Christine.
Hello. I'm Christine. I use she, her pronouns. And tonight I play Dr. Evelyn Taylor, our Society of Ether member. And I recently managed to get ChatGPT to give me a response of, you want the chaotic good wing person strategies. And
Wolf.
I'm loving it. I'm very excited by this.
Nice. I'm also going to cause some problems for Jen.
Right. I'm third, therefore I'm second today. It's a great day. Hi, I'm Jen. I use she, her pronouns. I'm very tired and I burned my dinner today. So arson is already well and good. Here. Yay.
On Arson Tales.
I played Josephine. I forgot what I was doing. Jesus. I'm sorry.
It's all right.
I played Josephine. She's our Order of Hermes. I'm finishing my capstone project. It's 70 pages long. I've been writing it for about 17 days. It's terrible.
So many pages. I'm so sorry. Jen, what time did you wake up today?
Technically, 6:30 after I went to sleep at 5:30.
Oh my God. All right, and the last person I'm causing trouble for is Robin.
Hi, hello, I'm Robin. I use she, her pronouns, and so does Darcie Harkness, our verbena member of the group, who is totally fine. Totally not getting set up with anything at all. Not by the title of this episode at all.
Not even a little bit.
Not even a little bit.
Perfect. All right, so hey, we're all broken tonight, folks. Amy's the brokest, but once again, I'm still recovering from whatever's going on here. Also, I didn't sleep last night either because I don't know. So this is going to be a very fun one, but we're going to have a lot of fun. Let me tell you a little bit about it, because last time on Mage the Ascension, the Victorian Age, you all boarded the Empress Express and headed northward from Cairo toward Egypt. Wait, no, not Cairo. From Egypt. You went from Cairo to Jerusalem on your way toward Bombay. I'm very tired. I'm going to leave that in. And you... on that way, you met some other members of our people on the train and continued on your adventure. A storm was rolling in from the east and was causing some trouble. And throughout this, you had some interesting encounters with a rich fellow named Calhoun. Chastity may have uncovered some thievery. Bran got way too many anchovies for a healthy cat to consume. And last but not least, someone got smooched. It was Evelyn. Evelyn gets a smoochie prize. And so we're going to be heading into game in just 1 minute. But surprise, surprise, I rolled for Paradox, and that Paradox told me that it was time for me to mention our sponsor, Bookwyrm Games. Bookwyrm Games is bringing you this adventure tonight, as well as these fantastic mage-inspired amethyst gemstone dice, which just rolled all successes, which is pretty dope, actually. I used all my successes up right now. Hey, go to Bookwyrm Games. Use code DorkTales, save 15%. They're great sponsors. They love the World of Darkness, the Chronicles of Darkness, and everything else. And they've got a bunch of new stuff out that, hey, I wrote for, coming your way very, very soon. Thank you to Bookwyrm Games. You guys are amazing. $100 Canadian, and you get free worldwide shipping. You can't really beat that from like a small, like independent store like them. Thank you so much for being our sponsor, Bookwyrm. You guys are amazing. I cannot wait to hang out with you next month at Odafest. Because we are, a bunch of us are going to be at Odafest, actually. I think everybody but Jen, because Jen is in the process of moving her entire life. Yep, basically. And then we're going to hang out with them again at Kelowna Comic-Con, which same thing, basically. We're all going to be at Kelowna Comic-Con except for Jen, who's moving her life. All right, so before we hop into game, does anybody have anything that they need to ask, anything they want to go over or confirm? Perfect. No experience spends or anything like that? We love it.
Yeah.
Okay. So without further ado, let's hop into Mage the Ascension, the Victorian Age, here on Dork Tales. The storm passes over. You all sleep soundly through it, or fitfully, if you're afraid of storms. The morning comes without delay, and before terribly long, you find yourselves nearing the stop at Jerusalem. It's a lovely day, somewhat sweltering. If anything, the sheer speed of the locomotive pulling you across the dunes is enough to keep you somewhat cool. But still, as the sun continues to reach its apex, as you are scheduled in somewhere around 10, because I believe we left on a stinger with Henry kissing you and Marrow Taster appearing in the corner.
Right, and he was going, what the hell is that?
Before you could answer, he was called away by a banging on the door. You hear Sam's voice issue through. Henry, are you in there? Come on, we gotta get going. We got some trouble. I'm sorry, Evelyn. I'm sorry. I must.
Good luck.
Are you safe with... He extends a finger at Marrow Taster, who extends a finger back at him.
Don't science when you're really tired.
I will try not to.
But also, if anything happens and you need any help, let me know. I'm happy to keep an eye and an ear out for both of you.
Good. I appreciate that. Well, I will be seeing you, hopefully sooner rather than later. Henry stands up, red burning beneath his tan cheeks, and heads out into the hallway. Can I get a perception and alertness roll from you real quick?
Yes. Does detail-oriented apply?
No.
Okay. Difficulty?
Difficulty of 7, because I feel that you're a little bit a Twitter.
Not so a Twitter that I didn't get 2 successes.
What are you doing lollygagging in there? Come on. You trying to diddle her or show her your bags of mystery? Let's get out of here. I brought no bags with me. All right. Well, let's get out of here and pull the other one. It's got bells on, all right? I do not follow, but I will follow you. What is the problem?
Evelyn's... I'm guessing the door is still slightly open.
Yep.
Evelyn's going to make a very rude gesture where Sam can see, but not Henry.
Fair. Sam's gonna look at the rude gesture. Kind of wave it back. Bags of Mystery is mystery meat sausage, by the way.
I assumed as much.
You on your Jack Jones in there? Or you got Miss Joe in there with you? He says, kind of glancing in the corner of the door.
Are you interested in Josephine, then?
That sauce box? No. No, she's interesting, but I'm not interested. I'm a... Wait. What do you mean, interested? I ain't interested in nobody. Look, I didn't come to moggle at your penny gaff here, okay? Just making sure that a lady like yourself wasn't getting, TP'd. I don't know. Let's go. That didn't even make any sense. All right, come on, Cove. We've got a potential burglary. I'm sure it's nothing. Well, I'm hoping it is. I could throttle somebody. And they are going to head off down the hall. Can I get a perception and alertness roll from Josephine and Darcie?
Sounds good.
I did the thing where I forget my dice. So,
Oh, did you? Well, great.
yeah,
What's
they're
the
across the
difficulty?
room somewhere.
Use the force to grab them, or use forces to grab them, and then we'll call it a day.
Right. Is it perception and alertness, right?
I said perception and alertness, yeah. Looking at for difficulty
What's the-
of 8 because your door's shut.
Yes. And I think at this point, Chastity might have been talking to us about their burglary.
Yeah, I think that there was something like a burglary. I think somebody stole something. Somebody stole something. You'll hear out in the hallway, echoing that sentiment. I'm looking for 1 success.
2.
2. Josephine? 0. Okay. All right. Darcie, you're going to hear the sound of Sam stuttering through the wall and along the hallway corridor before he drags Henry off with that sound of like a burglary or something. Let's get going. I want to throttle somebody. And they'll start stomping toward your door.
Darcie's gonna go even redder than she already is hearing Sam's voice after overhearing what was going on they're talking about next door. I think Darcie's just so flustered at this point. She's just like her cheeks are matching her hair at this point, or her outfit that she's wearing. Darcie's just gonna go even more red, kind of stumble away from the wall and go,
You okay? You look feverish.
yeah, I was just so feverish about the burglary that Chess is mentioning.
Oh, it's not because you heard your lover boy?
No. Not a lover boy.
Glook, 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 glook. Mm-hmm. Chastity's gonna start drinking wine.
No.
The second bottle.
Nope, not a lover boy. No.
Desired lover boy, I think is the better phrase.
Why? Okay. Well, why doesn't somebody go get Evelyn?
Oh yeah, she's free now. Josephine's gonna like dash out into the hall and then
Unless
back to
she's
the other
taking
room.
care of something afterwards. Mutters to herself.
Josephine just walks in the other room. She has no concept of what might be happening or not.
Marrow Taster is looking up at Evelyn and going,
Marrow Taster would also like to sup lips.
No,
Why were you feeding him your face meats?
I was not.
you
What
already
happened?
I
in
can
here.
discorporate you, you know that, right?
I'll be good.
Marrow Taster's
Why
gonna
is Marrow
slowly...
Taster trying to kiss you?
Because he's a weird spirit that has no boundaries.
Like most
Or
spirits.
conception of polite behavior.
I have some boundaries. I have bans and banes. Like all spirits.
They have very specific boundaries that aren't human boundaries, yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
And I
Don't
shan't
follow
tell you my
directions
banes
well.
are bans.
Sorry, what was that? You were telling me your banes and bans?
I was not.
Yeah.
I was not telling you these things.
Oh,
Yeah,
are
you
you sure?
promised.
I did not
What if
promise.
I got you a marrow bone?
How big of a marrow bone? I wish to swim in the marrow.
Well, I mean, we're about to be at Jerusalem, so I'm sure I could find you some very large animal marrow bones. They could be
One bone,
roasted.
one bane.
Okay. Good to know. I will hold you to that.
I would also settle for eating the dog.
I don't think that's gonna
Can
be
Darcie
allowed.
please be walking in on that?
Yes.
On that phrase.
I think Evelyn does the thing where she opens her mouth to say something, stops for a moment, and go,
And that's when Darcy
She does
can
look
enter.
vaguely like she's considering this.
I know I created an abomination by accident, Marrow Taster, but we don't have to destroy it. I think Chastity is actually quite fond of it.
Yeah, she is.
I have learned much about Chastity. She is a fool that believes in a risen dead god, like Marrow Taster. I would sup on the Jesus man's flesh as well.
That is quite blasphemous, sacrilegious.
What is wrong? Is the body of Christ not delicious?
I don't know, you'd have to ask a Catholic.
What is a cat lick?
That's what Bran does. Go ask Bran about Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I'm sure I'll tell you all the wonderful things.
I will do this.
Marrow Taster picks himself up and starts walking toward the door.
Okay, no, Bran, do you want to come in here?
Not really.
Marrow Taster's coming to find you, if not.
For fuck's sake. The cat is going to swagger in, kind of doing the predator as he rounds the corner.
Covered in anchovy oil, so he's smelling great now in our
You can smell him before you see him, that's for damn sure.
Can Marrow Taster, and does Marrow Taster like the smell?
Marrow Taster can smell him and does not like the smell. Actually, will kind of recoil a bit.
Okay.
You are anointed by the briny ones.
Aye.
You smell like a hermetic harlot.
He points at Josephine.
Excuse me.
Hermetic banny harlot.
Taking your Christine to Kelly's mic.
Tell me about the cat licks.
You mean like how I clean my asshole?
He means Jesus.
Jesus Christ.
Oh,
Yeah.
the Catholics. Bunch of ponces, all of them, especially the Pope. No offense, we actually just lost a Pope, so no offense there in real life. But he is
That
a
was a good
Scottish,
Pope.
a Scots. He was like, he was
Yeah.
the best one we've had in a while. That's for sure.
Yeah.
But hot take. Francis was a good Pope comparatively to the one before him, for sure. Anyway,
Uh-huh.
sure, let me tell you all about the Catholics. You're going to start to feel all of your emotions about Catholicism downloaded into the cat there, Darcie. Brrr, which actually, I guess would have been, like, not terrible, because, like,
Yeah.
yeah. The Pope's still a ponce, though. Who was the Pope in the Victorian Age? Well, probably one of the
I
innocents.
just looked it up, and he's actually not a bad pope.
Oh, is he
At
not a
least from
bad
the-
Pope?
Okay, so in his famous it was Pope Leo the 13th.
Oh, okay.
In his famous 1891 thing, he outlined the rights of workers to a fair wage, safe working conditions, and the formation of trade unions, while affirming the rights to property
Whoa.
and free enterprise. He was a social pope. That's what they
Socialist
called him,
Pope?
Good job, Mr. Pope.
right? I'm like, what the
That's a
hell?
pope
He
of the
dies in
people.
1903.
All right, you guys got him for at least 3 more years in this game. Good.
Yeah,
Nice.
Yeah, depending on what year it is.
and he's been since '78, so I knew that, like,
Yeah, you
didn't matter
told
what year in the
all
90s.
right.
so.
All right, that is our Pope, comrade. You got it. Okay, so he will begin to outline Catholicism to Marrow Taster, doing his little type of thing to try to convert him to blue or red or orange. I forget. And what are the rest of you doing?
Josephine's a little fascinated by this and is just kind of listening, but not like to learn anything, just to witness this interaction.
Darcy's somewhat amused, and but then
Tell me
also
about
kinda
this
giving
blood
me-
of Christ.
Aye, well, it's transubstantiation. It's actually wine that's been kind of converted using mysticism.
It is not actually blood.
Depends on who you ask. I suppose afterwards. It probably would be.
So it is.
I just wanted Kelly to talk Catholicism to himself for like 10
How-
minutes
Right?
and 2 characters.
I must ask. This Christ, if his blood is wine, how wasted was he? Like 24/7?
What?
Hi, 365.
I wish to learn more.
All right, let's have a chinwag.
Be careful, Bran. He might take that very literally and literally take off his chin and wag it at you.
I'd like to see that. Why don't you leave me inside of here, and I'll give him a little bit of I'll give him a bit of a talking to. The rest of you head next door. Chastity is becoming a right Lushington over there, cracking a bottle.
Yeah, she's had several now, I think.
Hey, but she's got a high tolerance.
That's what she does. But yes,
she's
we can go over
she's
next
going
door.
Duffer Giggle Mug, if you know what I mean.
Yes, I do actually.
We'll go on.
Darcy will go back over next door to just be like, all right, they're going to continue, and then Darcy's also gonna be like, I'll get the smell out later. Sorry for the anchovies.
What? Chastity's gonna look at you. I can't smell anything. Okay? Except this Chateau. Chateau de Wine. Anyway. Did you find her?
She was just not. Yeah, we found Evelyn.
Do you want any wine? Do you want to celebrate? Here. She'll pour you a glass and pass it over. congrats on getting over your husband.
Oh, thank you. I'm just gonna note, Evelyn did not laugh nearly as hard as Christine did, and also my toes are getting licked right now by Teddy, and it tickles like hell.
This is a hell of a game session tonight, folks. I'm just saying.
He's being quiet, but he's busy licking my feet, and I'm not wearing socks. This is awful.
Do you want me to bring you socks?
No, it's okay. It's keeping him occupied and quiet.
If you're listening later on podcast, I apologize for this. Oh, God.
Also, it's your fault that you made me laugh till I cried.
It's okay. You're.
I have tear tracks in my makeup.
Is
now.
that is that a pet? In a way.
Yeah, it's a dog.
It's our puppy. Our puppy is eating Christine's toes.
He's a very large
Which is
puppy.
very much like his namesake, Teddy, is an NPC from this game who is a man whore.
Who
So
would
it's
definitely
very-
lick Christine's toes.
I thought you were.
Teddy would
I was gonna say. I
definitely
thought you were
lick
gonna finish
somebody's
that. I thought you were gonna finish that sentence with who is very into foot stuff, just like straight up.
He's a man. I mean, yeah.
Teddy's
Yep.
into a lot of things.
He's into a lot of
He's
things.
into a lot of things.
toes. Oh boy.
All right. So, you are sat down, and do you regale them with "Tell me more, tell me more"?
I think if we haven't hidden it, it'll be very obvious that there's two like glasses probably right next to the wall.
I'll give you that for the detail-oriented specialty. I'll just give it to you.
Well, I see. I don't need to tell you anything because you obviously listened to it all.
You don't have to, but you should.
Yeah,
You kicked me
Chastity
out.
was gone.
What else was I gonna do?
Chastity was gone. I was bored and curious.
Well then,
It was her idea.
No, it was not. You
Josephine
grabbed
and
it.
Chastity, we have an ally in getting Darcie past her not paying attention. When it comes to Sam.
Oh yeah, she was bright red the whole time.
Yes, we basically agreed that both of them are idiots. And ignoring it.
Chastity will cheers to that. Wine?
Calm
To
down,
be
Darcie.
fair, the
He has a
last
foul mouth,
time-
but he is very attractive.
The-
And you have a bit more experience. He's not
The
trying
last-
to fancy you up, so better than Macduff.
That's fair. Yeah, I
He's
I really
not
hope
trying
it's-
to seduce you, so
no.
ergo he's probably safe.
Most likely. Also,
you've
that
also
thing
got
with
up
his
close and
wife
personal with
was
him already.
very
fighting him.
tragic. Yes.
So how did his chest feel when you were wrestling? She's very neatly going to try and turn the conversation off of her and onto Darcie.
Darcie's gonna go bright red again. What about that? You and Henry were getting very personal, and then it got very quiet for a second. What was going on in there?
Well, that's what happens when you kiss a man. You generally aren't talking.
So you
You
did kiss
kiss?
Marrow Taster.
No. Marrow Taster's just jealous.
Mm-hmm.
How was it?
It's quite nice. Though, if you're not interested in Sam, I feel like we should maybe go find where Henry comes from, because they have some very good views on how everything should work.
Oh,
Oh yes, it's definitely the woman's choice. This whole divorce thing, it would be done by now if we were part of their area. He fully expects me to basically make all the decisions.
huh. That is very unlike anything else we've experienced before in our lives. That is quite refreshing, and I also don't know what.
So, while he does consider Sam a brother, it's not quite the same thing. So if you decide against Sam 100%, we know an area to go to maybe find you a good man.
I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure that my mother makes all the decisions in our household.
You haven't
So it's
really
not the
ever
only
talked
place.
about your family. I didn't even know you had a mother. Chastity
Of
would.
course she's had
I
a
was
mother.
born out of space dust.
Whoa.
I believe it. She drinks.
That's how hermetics are formed. Somebody else thinks really, really hard about them, and then they form out of space dust.
Who
Who
would think really hard about a
really hard about
hermetic?
that sort of thing?
Other hermetics.
Well, then how did the first one happen? Is this a chicken and eggs theory?
No, it's like Athena. She was born out of thought. Is that where the Greek gods mythology come from?
Yeah.
Wow, Chastity double botched that. She has no idea that you are absolutely wrong about Athena.
Josephine just said yes to go along with
Yep,
it.
just do it. You're absolutely correct. It's easier than arguing.
No, I do have a mother. I have a father. I have brothers.
Oh,
They're all
cool.
in Concordia.
Are any of
You
the
have-
brothers worth anything?
You have
They're kids.
Ah, alright.
Oh.
Maybe one day, but
Does time pass similarly on Concordia?
yeah, sort of. It's like
Darcie planning
Uh,
for criminal robbing era.
No, not asking that, but I am just wondering. This is a
On-
very magical place.
on the
like,
on the grand scheme of things, it kind of evens out. But if you were to leave here and go there, you might find yourself, I don't know, 10 minutes in the past or something. Like it's a weird
Oh.
time zone.
10 minutes
Okay.
doesn't really count.
Exactly, right? That's why I'm like, it's basically the same, but every so often it shifts a little.
I was also
Something
just
like that.
curious again about Amelia and that
And the babby?
the baby and the baby.
Does anybody have a pen?
I'm sure
have a
there's one
pencil?
on the desk.
That's a good point. I'm gonna write. I haven't reached out. I'm gonna write something, and Chastity will hurry over to the table and begin drafting a letter, and hyper focusing on it because she's just that level of drunk, where she's kind of mushy and kind of focused and a little bit red cheeked. The dog is going to curl up at her ankles as she works. Is there anything else that you all talk about?
I think Darcy's just kind of gonna like contemplate what she's heard, and she's just gonna be like, I don't. After that experience with Macduff, I don't have feelings for. I don't have feelings for. Do I though? I do.
From what Henry says, and what we've kind of observed, Sam is overall a good man. He's filthy mouthed and a pain in the ass.
Yeah. Yes. But he's not going to sacrifice me to a ritual, which is a plus.
He definitely
big
doesn't
plus,
seem
yeah.
to be a magic-y type, so probably
No,
not.
that's
No,
also
probably
very
just try to
good.
bang you.
Yeah. What she said.
can you pass that over, Chastity? Please?
But
The letter?
No, the wine. The wine, please.
Wine's gone. You have to open another bottle.
that was fast.
You're the fast one.
In the meantime, though, it does sound like there has been a robbery of some sort, and Henry and Sam have been called off to go look into it. I did offer that if they needed help. I mean, I offered to Henry, but... So potentially, we will learn more about what is happening. Though, it might be worth it if there's anything, like, anything particularly important to keep it on you.
That reminds me, I bumped into someone in the hallway on my way back with the wine. And I think they were stealing something from one of the cars at the back, and Bran was saying that that was the one that he got the Pinkerton badge from.
Interesting.
Yeah, I don't know if I got a clear answer on who with the what.
Yeah, sorry, I think Chast's was... So...
You were a little busy at the moment listening to smooching, I think.
It was the cabin that was getting stolen, or it was the person?
The cabin was being stolen?
The Pinkerton's cabin was the one that was being rummaged through, or was it the Pinkerton that was rummaging through the cabin, is what I'm trying to ask.
In that case, the cabin.
Oh, okay.
I think I got a lock on what he feels like. So I'll probably be able to tell it's him if I see him again.
That's helpful, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I guess you can't really do that unless we're going to... We're not going to want to get kicked off the train for being too nosy until something comes up.
We're not going to do anything to get kicked off the train. Don't worry. We'll be fine. And as you say that, Evelyn, it is going to become daylight outside for a brief second as a bolt of lightning strikes something on the roof of one of the cars nearby. Light is going to flood in through the windows, casting everything into stark relief, partially blinding you for a moment. The car is fine. Whatever security protocols or whatever weather protection protocols, whatever shielding manages to protect it. But the storm settles in. And, interrupted, the conversation dies down. You agree to meet the following day and work from there. Chastity continues to work throughout the night on a letter by gaslight inside of your room. And the next day, it comes. The storm passes after a few hours. And depending on your opinions of storm weather, you all have either a very comfortable sleep or one that is somewhat shaken by the rumble of thunder overhead and the pelting of rain.
Josephine's disappointed it wasn't more exciting.
Evelyn is
Darcy's
probably
like-
immersed back in remembering that vague dream that was her seeking.
That's true.
The last time she dealt with this much lightning and
The
Darcy's
next morning,
remembering winter storms on Ireland.
and as you all drift off to sleep, out of boredom, out of wistful recollection of magic, drunkenly at a desk, or remembering the smell of ozone and clover, the storm passes, and the next day arrives, as does the train. It is about 10 o'clock in the morning as the train roars into station. The day is bright and hot, and in spite of all of the modern construction, the fans placed throughout your suite units, and so many more things like the rushing of air around the side of the train. By 10 o'clock in the morning, it is already beginning to feel sweltering as you pull into Jerusalem. On the opposite side of the train yard, you can see lovely walls, ancient. There we go. Ancient construction stretching all around you. A porter goes by, knocking on each of your doors, confirming that there is a stopover, that you'll be leaving at 10 p.m. tonight, meaning that you have 12 hours to enjoy Jerusalem before you move on toward Damascus. You're welcome to stay aboard the train or go explore. If you would, please do them the honor of enjoying one of the numerous tour guides that they have arranged around the city as part of your suite package. There are a great many tours, relics, walks, and other things of note that you can experience while you are traveling through Jerusalem. But, of course, the dining car will be in operation the entire time. And that said, he also will note to each of you that should you feel a bit... we can try to arrange some gentlemen to accompany you, should you not feel safe going into the cities on your own.
oh, that might be lovely. I think, would you like to all take advantage of the tour?
Oh,
I feel like that might be the
would.
quickest and easiest way to see everything.
I think that would be absolutely a splendid idea.
Is it
Evelyn,
a nice place to look around?
That's what I've heard. It's quite old, lots of history, very well known.
You should go look around, Chastity will say, and I'm going to go to church. I'll catch up with you all later tonight. I have some
Alright,
things I want to
stay
pray
safe.
about. She clutches her cross and gives you a nod and heads out. Can I get a perception and empathy roll?
Yes.
We're going to say
I don't have
difficulty.
empathy.
Well, that's great. If it is in the central column, please add a +1 to the difficulty, which is going to be 6. This is
It's in the
contested.
first of the 3 columns.
Then
so it's
it
under
is just
talents.
difficult. It's just difficulty 6.
Okay.
Okay.
2.
2. Okay.
1.
Okay. So as she is saying this while the rest of you are getting ready, you are going to think, there's nothing really up about her, Evelyn. She's just going to church. But Darcie, she's
I
kind of...
got 3 successes.
Oh, you
Sorry,
got
I had
3
to use a
successes.
dice roller.
as she is saying that to each of you as you are getting ready for the day. Darcie, there's something a bit, I don't know, you're not sure what, but there's something just kind of off about Chas. But Josephine, you're going to take a look at her and ping up and go, she's still coping real badly with what happened in London and in Paris. You can see fragility. And beneath it, you can see this kind of burning desire to find an equilibrium there. The same way that you know that people who are trying to kick a habit might go a little too hard, try a little too hard, overextend themselves to prove a point. And that's what you're getting off of her as she heads off into the city. There's something else that she's going to get up to besides the church. You think she'll probably be safe, but maybe something worth talking to her about later. With that, you have some time to get ready to go into the city.
Can I, before I leave, I don't necessarily need her around for this, but I would like to do, so I don't have life or mind, so I'm trying to like make this shit work with like her resonance essentially, but I would like to maybe do correspondence in Prime to basically just, know if she's in danger kind of thing, just as on a general sense. Keep a tab on her.
Okay.
I don't know if that'll work, but I also have entropy if that helps at all, or spirit.
How much entropy do you have?
1.
1? You know what? I would say that, yes, with entropy 1 and correspondence 3.
Yeah.
You would be able to know if something bad happens to her. You wouldn't know exactly what, but if a sudden twist of fate happened to her, you would be able to detect that.
I'll take that. Yeah.
All right, sounds good. You can easily, like, looking or, like, quickly darting into Darcie's room as Darcie is getting finished up changing. You are going to be able to find, like, any, like, there are lip marks all over these glasses of wine. There is tons of blonde hair everywhere. What do you want? Hell, there's even, underwear laying around if you really want to just grab something intimate. Like, you got samples. So just pick a sample and let's roll.
I think I will grab some of her hair and I will braid it together as I do, like, Latin's her default, so I would do some Latin chanting and wrap her hair around the magnifying glass or like the telescoping lens that I have.
Sounds good. Give it to me at difficulty of 5, please.
Cool.
Oh, actually, give it to me at difficulty 4. You're using a specialty focus.
Ooh. 1, 2. That's not what I wanted. Okay, hold on. Reroll that because that was a 10. Nice. 4 successes.
Cool. All right, you will have.
And I was aiming more for like duration than anything else. So.
Oh yeah. Duration, sympathy is. Oh, actually, sorry. Did any of those were any of those at difficulty 3?
No, no. I had a 2 and then 4 and up.
Okay, cool. I was about to say because with sympathetic magic, I think you don't need very many successes because you have a physical component.
Yeah.
Detect bad stuff.
Basically.
Perfect.
Yep.
Detect bad stuff on Chastity. Cool. So grabbing that, you're going to sneak back into your room, quickly bind and cast that. There's a little flare of magic that goes off as you connect with that. And as Darcie is finishing putting on her outfit, you have a moment alone with Evelyn, if you wanted to plan anything for the day.
Oh, yeah. My plan went out the window, so I have nothing to plan.
Oh, no!
So that's fine.
Okay.
Josephine won't know what to do beyond what I had originally thought, and so it's like, now we have a tour. It's fine.
Well, it's fine. All right.
Evelyn's
So
gonna set Marrow Taster to watching the room and trying to like double check that like the thing is secure and like as hidden as she can make it, and in case
it
anybody
is
comes
still
trying to ruffle their
invisible
room.
to perceptions.
I shall guard the room well. I shall sup on the marrow of any who come in.
Excellent.
Yep, that's me.
Good.
Hmm.
I think she'll also just try and make the door a little harder to open
Yeah.
by putting some of her contact stuff in the when she closes it after we leave.
Can Darcie try and set up like a life ward almost on the room or something? Like to deal with life patterns and
Do you have
like
correspondence?
basically ward off the room? No, I do not have correspondence.
So not really like once you leave the area. So you want correspondence
Okay,
for a
okay.
space, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, there's a dog in the
Yeah.
room.
That's fair. And I guess I can also leave Bran if
Don't
Potentially
worry,
too.
it's fine. No one's gonna come in here.
And if they do, I'll scratch their eyes out.
Good. You're invisible still, so you can just
I'm over
surprise.
here. I'm over here now.
I
Also, I
don't
think I
that you
converted the
are.
rat.
You converted the rat to
I think so.
Catholicism.
Meanwhile, in the other room,
Ugh.
God go with you. And also with you, my child. Salve mea. Plagios nostros.
Josephine's gonna start talking in Latin.
Question for you. What would you think? I'm guessing being close to the Maritimes Canadian,
Mhm.
Evelyn's probably Protestant.
It's probably not the
very-
best moment for...
Very least Church of England.
You have a Catholic rat now.
Well, shit. Bran!
Taking the English down one at a time. Even through their rats.
Bran.
High five. Darcy's gonna hold her hand out.
A little
for luck.
predator paw is going to come out of cloak and...
That's how we get them run. The long game.
Hopists.
I am the rat pope.
The rope.
Pontifexus Maximus. Ratimus.
Darcy's going to be cackling in her.
I can still discorporate you.
It's going to just like be talking to Josephine. He's going to be speaking in full sentences, and he's going to be like,
Lado, ladas, ladat, ladonimus, ladat.
doing the Mexican hat dance of declensions that we learned in school, Jen.
Uh-huh.
It's all I remember.
All I remember, because I learned it when I was very, very tired, much like tonight. And I was studying with my friend who was in the same class. And we were being really silly. And so we were just like reciting hick, hike, huck, whee.
Yep, that sounds about right. All right.
Yep.
So, with that, you all can head out onto the platform and go enjoy yourselves. Go take tours. There are some locals hanging out on the train platform, as well as a number of guides that are dressed in local finery. A lot of Ottoman gentlemen who are wearing badges of station from the railway company that mark them as agents of it, or at least temporary employees. And as you step off of the train, you are immediately going to hear the sound of a young child call your name. Excuse me, excuse me. A little child of Well, definitely you weren't expecting to hear the perfect English coming out of this child's mouth. The child is dressed like a fairly, I would say low middle class would be a generous description of his clothing. A lot of it is patched up. The shoes are threadbare, but he is pushing toward you with a cart that has a number of squeaky wheels at the bottom of it. He pushes through the crowd up to you. Beautiful ladies, beautiful ladies! Would you care for some pomegranate juice? Freshly squoze and freshly plucked by myself. My name is David. And I'm here to make pomegranate juice for you. Would you care for some? It's very affordable, and it will bring a lovely rosy blush to your cheeks. Many men will find you appealing, and you will find the love of your life with some pomegranate juice. The boy can't be more than 10.
Darcie will.
He gives you a price that is the equivalent of a couple of pence. A bit overpriced. Basically the modern equivalent of asking like $4 for a cup of lemonade.
Okay.
But this is pomegranate juice, freshly squeezed, freshly ground out. He pours it down into one of the cups. Are you looking for a man? Are you wanting to have a child? This pomegranate juice will bring you your heart's desire.
No, I just never had pomegranate juice before, so I'm quite interested what that tastes like.
Well, then that's the easiest heart's desire at all, my beautiful woman.
Aren't you quite the charmer? I'm sure we should not take up most of your time because you are going to obviously sell all the pomegranate juice to all these lovely women coming off the train with that charming verbiage you're using.
Thank you very much. Your accent is very exotic and lovely. You speak with the accent of the angels. He holds out his palm. Gratuity is customary inside of Jerusalem. As I'm sure it is where you're from. Service is appreciated with a smile and a shekel.
Darcie will give a small tip.
And
Like
you,
a combo.
lovely lady, lovely lady?
I
And-
am good, thank you. I have already had my juice this morning.
But have you thought of second juice?
I had thought of that, yes. I decided no.
He gives you the eyes.
She'll give him a coin, but it's going to be like less than what he'd make from the juice, and just be like, good sales tactics. Have fun fleecing the very rich that are coming off this train. There's many of them.
I will. Handsome man. Strapping gentleman, would you care? I'm not really in the mood for juice, kid. You hear the voice of Nathaniel Calhoun bellow. I'm on my way to get some coffee. Or maybe a Coca-Cola. If you could guide me toward the nearest place that sells a Coca-Cola, I could give you, whatever these pennies are called. Pennies!
But didn't you hear? Didn't you hear? The juice will find you the love of your life.
Will it now? All right,
Apparently.
fine. I can handle a juice then. You drive a hard bargain, Miss Josephine. Oh, that's tart. Good for
It's a
virility.
pomegranate.
Okay. Do you say what's a pomegranate? So
Yep.
you're seeing them for the first time. They are the weird, honestly, top 10
Yep.
weirdest fruits on the planet. Like they're real weird. I didn't have my first pomegranate until I was like 22.
I mean,
Yep.
same.
I
Yeah.
would like to point
That's
out
cool.
that the moment as a child you said it helps virility or it's good for virility is when Ozric's heroic histories popped up on
Right?
our timer.
Osric's Heroic Histories is also good for virility. Buy it today.
Yep.
Meanwhile, on the edge of the platform, a sudden is going to catch your eye. An explosion, Josephine. Evelyn. Darcie. However, a controlled explosion. You are going to see a booth set up. A number of people sitting in front of one of the old walls of the Jerusalem station. There is a dark-skinned man standing in front, holding a, I don't know the exact term for them, but it's a stick with a bunch of flash powder on it. And in front of it, a collapsing camera taking daguerreotypes. There is a couple that is taking a photo, and as you look, they are giggling, trying to stay serious, as you would in this day and age for a camera, where you have to hold the expression for 30 to 60 seconds. But they are giggling, lost in a moment. And I would like to reference, have you all seen that photo?
The couple where they just started dying laughing partway through.
It is the most adorable photo ever. And I absolutely love this. I'm going to share it. If you search Victorian couple trying not to laugh, it pulls up
Oh my god!
because it is, you were supposed to be serious. These were big deals to get these photos. And it is the cutest thing. Like, that is an actual photo of a couple. Or a series of photos. And
That
you
is
can
adorable.
see, right, the joy.
Oh,
It's so cute. I love that. But you're seeing that type of thing, people collapsing in on themselves where they're trying to remain serious for the full time period. And as this is going on, I have to ask, Josephine, Evelyn, are either of you using any entropy to cause Darcie's day to become more interesting?
oh my god!
Oh, I forgot I could do that.
I can see this shit happening if Darcie gets suspicious. I have entropy 1.
You can. Like, honestly, Evelyn, for a focus for this, you could literally just throw a coin into the air and have it Rube Goldberg a series of events.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
You know what? Yes.
I think A, Josephine doesn't have enough to really make things interesting, and B, the way she would do magic would be way too suspicious. So she'll
That's
leave
fair.
this in Evelyn's hand.
Evelyn would
Yes.
like to do that, but she'd like to try and tip it towards good. Like, not painful or upsetting.
Sure. Give
type.
me...
She's gonna try and interesting and fun.
Are we going with entropy 3 or entropy 4 for this?
I only have entropy 3.
Well, then we're going with entropy 3. That's an easy choice. So that is going to convert, basically is going to expand and convert minor luck. Can you please, how do you do this? What is the inciting incident in this series of events?
Like, what I use to do this?
Yeah. How do you do it?
Okay. I actually haven't done it this way yet.
I mean, it could be as easy as just calling out to the pomegranate boy and saying, actually, I would like a glass of pomegranate juice, causing him to walk across the platform and set off a series of events.
Oh, okay.
So long as there's a little bit of math involved or something like that, yeah.
Yeah, I think she's probably calculating probability. and probably looking a little bit at the trajectory of the way people are walking and whatnot to cause something to change.
Sure. You could even start scraping things into the ground with your umbrella tip if you wanted to, like, do some math or something like that.
Ooh.
Kind of setting it up like a hopscotch.
Yes. Like
Okay.
a little, I'm thinking a little X's and O's, like football play diagram.
Sure. That seems absolutely fantastic. Go ahead and give me a roll, a difficulty of 6, please.
Okay.
5 if you're using your specialty foci.
Great question. I don't remember what my specialty foci is.
I think it was math.
Did I write it down?
Yes, you write it down right now. Then difficulty 6.
Okay. And 10s explode because this is a magic roll, right?
10s explode because we're using that optional rule that I created because I like it better.
Nice. That's 6 successes.
Holy crap. Okay.
Okay,
So,
I got like a 6, 2 7s, an 8, and 2 10s.
you draw and scribble some things around, kind of swaying between the crowd, your buttress, creating a bit of kind of like, I'm kind of picturing you kind of like leaning over like a drinking bird at the waist. Your voluminous skirts kind of like taking up some room behind you as you're misfrizzling the ground with the edge of your umbrella. Darcie is enjoying pineapple juice and watching that Mr. Calhoun get completely just taken by this little boy. And as you finish your last bit of calculations, do you call out to the boy?
Sure.
Okay. You call out to him, saying, "Maybe I would." He beams and starts pushing the cart over toward you, running over Calhoun's foot in the process. Calhoun lets out a shriek, his hat tumbling off his head. It hits the ground and begins pinwheeling through the crowd. A couple of workers from the train begin scrambling to try to grab this wealthy man's hat, hoping for a tip. It continues to careen forward toward the tracks. One of them grabs it, coming up and immediately bumping into someone. It is a tall man with strangely tall man with an Asian complexion and build, who bumps into a series of people, dominoing them until one of them bumps into Darcie gently. Darcie, it catches you off guard from behind. You find yourself pinwheeling, kind of stepping back, before you start to teeter a little bit. You catch your balance just as you hear, "Watch where you're going with that foolhardy thing!" Calhoun boots the cart. It slides one way, and then the wheel pops off of it, dropping its load of pomegranates into the crowd. People begin careening off of them. And as you put your foot down trying to gather yourself, it comes down on a pomegranate. You feel your ankle shift, and you fall backward just as, "Hey, watch it!" as a pair of hands are going to wrap around your waist from behind. You fall backwards, landing after just a moment on a bench. You lean back against the smell of leather, the smell of leather and Spanish lime lather, and a little bit of tobacco smoke, and that familiar scent from nights drinking with Sam Blackwood. Darcie? You okay? Wonderful, wonderful! Look here! Look here! What?
I think if Darcie looks up, there's just a very slight smirk on Evelyn's face.
And as you see that, there is a flash as the camera goes off. Wonderful, wonderful. That'll be £1? £1? You... yeah, fine. Take the whole... £1? £1 for all four, or £1 for one? All four, I guess? If we're being swindled, we might as well be swindled cheaply. Are you okay? A shiver runs up your spine as you realize that you are sitting on his lap.
Evelyn's gonna mouth from across the... Say thank you.
I'm doing much better. Thank you.
You watch where you're going.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't see the massive cart of pomegranates suddenly get tipped over. I'm sorry.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You gotta watch where you're going.
Oh. Well, thank you for saving my...
You're welcome. Is your ankle okay?
I think so. It's twisted, for sure.
Are you gonna be able to stand?
I don't know. Could you give me a hand and hold in case I don't?
One more, one more. Yeah, thanks. Here. You pick them up later? Pick them up later? Yeah. Here, let me help you out.
Okay, Darcy's gonna, like, very kind of get up, realize that she was sitting on his lap, very flustered all of a sudden.
Oh, it looks like it's okay. It's a good thing you were wearing tall boots.
I probably would have broken it.
Nah, you're too tough for that. You're a farm girl. You're built tough.
I know.
What? It's true, right?
Yeah, I know. I've beaten you.
You. That doesn't count. Okay? You didn't beat me, Darcie Harkness.
You should meet the last man that went up against Darcie Harkness. Kicked a boot right to his face. Careful, I'll mess up your pretty one.
Oh, you think I'm pretty, do you? Huh. You sure you didn't rattle your noggin on the way down? If I wasn't... If I was, Where are your friends?
I don't know. I don't see them. They've abandoned me, apparently. In the
Great.
town. Very rude.
Yeah, Henry's supposed to be meeting me out here, too.
Darcy's glaring into the crowd.
Evelyn and Josephine have just melted into the crowd so that you know they're not easily accessible for her to
Evelyn's
escape
got
to.
her umbrella out, shading her among all the other umbrellas, so she can't.
And then
You know, you
see
think-
Henry just appears beside us, like, "Yep."
Hey, how are you? Sam looks around like... You know, your two weirdos and my 6'4" Indian should be easier to see in this crowd than they are.
I know. It's like they're doing it on purpose or something.
Look,
Well,
I
yes.
I'm supposed to be headed down to meet, I've got a little bit of time. I'm supposed to be running some errands for the train, but that doesn't really start until 1. We've got some, Ottoman diplomat coming by.
Oh. Sounds quite important.
No, it's gonna be... We probably shouldn't talk on the... Let's not talk here, okay?
Okay.
You ever had Turkish coffee?
No.
You like
What's
coffee?
Turkish coffee? Yes.
Well, it's coffee that'll make your toes curl up.
Darcie goes flush red. I think Evelyn had that at dinner last night, actually. I wouldn't mind trying it.
Well, I got nothing better to do. Do you want to drink some coffee with me?
Yes. I would like that very much. And I mean,
It's coffee.
there
What?
since until I find my friends again, I would much rather
Well,
be
yeah,
with someone that I
obviously.
know.
Oh, you'd rather be with someone else. All right, we'll go find him.
I said with someone that I know.
Oh, so you know me, do you? Well, Miss Harkness.
Mr. Blackwood.
You do a pretty good Yankee.
If only you were so lucky.
I was gonna say I guess I'm rubbing off on you, but, you know, I guess you're not that lucky. Get rid of that potato, thing you got going there. Oh, hoity-doity-doy. Leprechaun shillelagh.
Baseball.
It's baseball. Come on.
Football. America.
There you're learning.
Tea. Harbor.
Well, we're... Fuck the English.
Fuck the English. I think we found some common ground.
Good. You know what? I know something else that we have common ground on. You're Irish. Have you ever had lamb tagini?
Would Darcie have had lamb tagini?
No.
No? What is lamb tagini?
I'll show you. Come on, let's go get some lunch.
All right.
It's North African. It's great. And with that,
Lead the way.
he's going to lead you off into the city in search of lamb tagini, and I don't even know if that's how it's pronounced. But it's a slow-cooked stew of lamb spices and dried apricots, and it looks frickin' amazing. But
Evelyn's just gonna say to Joe, "That looked better than I expected."
so it's a Moroccan dish.
They didn't even try to kill each other.
And she's going out to eat with him. She'll like go to like high five Joe. Go us.
Very confused high five.
So, over the meal, we sit in a little cafe, a little restaurant. The two of you sitting outside. The man that's serving you there is a Moroccan gentleman with down to the fez, which suddenly makes you think of Marrow Taster a bit as he is serving you your dishes. He's a bit plump, has a gap in his front teeth, and a little chin stubble that he's trying to grow into a bit of a beard, but it's not taking, even though he's at least pushing 40. He serves you, and as you eat, you bat away some of the flies that are gathering in the hot midday. So why are you traveling with these people anyway? Like, what's the goal? You're headed to India.
Aye.
Yeah, well,
Yes. Yes, we're traveling. I'm just agreeing with you. You don't have to be so prickly all the time.
You just call me a prick?
I said you're prickly.
Look, I'm just curious what four broads traveling halfway across Asia and Europe are doing. Like, what kind of, like, is this some type of girl quest or something? You're looking for the Holy Grail? Like, what's the deal?
I don't think you'd believe me if I told you, Sam.
Look, there are greater things in heaven and earth, Horatio. All right? I believe in all sorts of stuff. Are you looking for, what, Evelyn's runaway husband?
No, I think honestly more he's probably potentially looking for us or the people that he works with.
So you guys are in trouble.
Potentially.
Okay. Look. No, look me in the eyes. All right? Right here. You didn't have anything to do with that break-in last night, did you?
No.
Make me a deception check. Let's do some subterfuge, please, because you did said Bran in there.
Oh, I did, but that wasn't the break-in.
Okay.
Break-in.
Then let me just see if he detects anything. off
It
of you.
wasn't the break-in
The
that he is
break-in, okay.
referring to.
A break-in. It was a different break-in.
Mhm.
You're not like some traveling thieves or anything, huh?
No. No, we're mixed up with a you're vaguely aware of the weird things happening. I mean, you've met Tommy.
Oh yeah, your brother.
Yes, your brother.
Yeah.
But the people that we were everyone was working with, that maybe somewhat one would call the bad guys in a book action. But we may have something from them. So we did light bit of thievery, but it's for the common good. That's the only thing we've stolen.
Mm-hmm.
And we're bringing it to someone to look at.
In India.
Yes.
Wow, that is that's a long trek.
Aye, it is. It's so we're going halfway around the world for that. And we're four very capable women to do it. Very strong, very adept.
Uh-huh. You don't gotta sell me on it.
So you on what?
You always, like, you keep doing this. Like, whenever we talk, you always have to jump behind, oh, we're such strong women. Oh, we're such empowered, strong women. Obviously, you're traveling on your own. What kind of women do that? I also can see that at least half of you have pistols on you, and big ones. God, you don't have to try so hard. You ain't got nothing to prove, Darcie Harkness. You're already doing it. So calm down and eat your lamb. You're impressive enough, okay?
I'm impressive.
Well, Tommy is. You ain't half bad either, I guess.
Oh, I ain't half bad. Come on, I called you pretty. You can at least call me something impressive.
Fine. You're something impressive. You got all your teeth? Oh, what a fine filly. All right, fine.
What are you doing out here? I mean, obviously you're working for the train, but why are you out here on continents away, oceans?
I ain't got nowhere else to be.
In January? Just following in?
God, Henry wants to see the world. Make me a perception and empathy roll, please.
What is my difficulty?
6.
Knowing what I've heard last night.
5.
That's 2 successes.
2 successes. He is, he's not saying the whole story. Henry wants to see the world, so I'm helping him. Look, it's a lot easier when you got a white American traveling with you. If you look like him, okay? God, he'd have a target on his back the whole time.
So you're just
Yeah, he's
pursuing your entire life to be a normal bodyguard? I mean, that's a very
look, okay?
heroic offer for a friend.
Henry's like a brother to me, okay? He's risked his life for me. He's bled for me. We've got scars. Practically matching scars. They're like birthmarks for us. And, he's on a quest of some sort, okay? It ain't my place to really say much, but, he's trying to see as much of the world, I guess, and make a name for himself or something before he settles down, some tradition in his family.
And what do you want?
I want him to
What
be
are you
happy.
doing? That
And
does
I want-
not feel.
And I want money. I want money. I want whiskey. I want delightful company when I can get it. And when I can't, I want, I don't know, more money.
I don't believe that.
I want money.
I don't believe that's the only thing that you want besides whiskey and good company.
Well, I mean,
Don't have a lass back home.
do you? Well, a lad. A laddie, I mean.
I don't think I'd be traveling. if I had one.
You don't think Tommy could convince him to let you go, huh? No, I don't have anything. I've got Henry. I've got my hat. And I've got a nice jacket. That's about it. My papers from Uncle Sam.
Is there really a guy that named Sam that like stamps your papers?
No, there's not a guy. I mean, like, well, I mean, me.
Oh yeah, I guess your name's Sam. Yeah.
I mean, back when I was in the army, I stamped some papers. Yeah. I had men under me. Not like that. You wish.
I already had you under me as a man. It was.
Yeah, and I bet you liked it a lot. I saw the look in your eyes. You're a bit of a deviant.
I don't know if you've noticed, but women don't get taken very seriously in this day and age. So yeah, when I get the chance to feel powerful, it's a bit of a...
All right, fine. That's bullshit.
What?
It is. Here, check this out. Look. See this? He unrolls his sleeve and shows you a jagged scar going down his hand, down his forearm. This? All right. Girl named Molly in Boston. Broken beer bottle. Tried to get my wallet. I took her seriously. Could have taken her a little more seriously. She almost got the artery.
Molly from Boston.
From Boston, yeah. She talked like you.
Oh,
Yeah.
excuse me. That is a bastardized accent.
She's just as Irish as you are.
Oh, she's from Ireland?
Yeah, she's from Boston. What do you expect?
That's not... Okay, but...
They
Just-
dye the fucking river green.
Do they?
Yeah, for St. Patty's. Just like they do in Chicago. God, I could go for a hot dog right now. But anyway, I don't underestimate
Take
women. Look,
That is okay. I'm not saying you don't. I'm saying in general. And I didn't know you back then. Well, I did know you because you got mad at me because I shoved your whiskey bottle off the boot.
that was a gift. All right. And I'm never going to get that thing back.
I do apologize.
It wasn't a
for that.
bottle, it was a flask.
I meant to say flask.
Yeah, well, I meant to not drop it over the side of a ship.
Who gave that to you?
My Uncle Peter.
I'm sorry.
It's all right. It, shit happens, okay?
I'll cheers to that.
Yeah. Do you like the coffee? Strong, right? Curls your toes?
Yeah, I love it.
So what's in the box? The thing you're talking about.
Oh, I did not say box. I said
You
something.
didn't say box? You said something. Oh,
No, I did not. I said
I
we're
see.
carrying something. Nothing about a box.
Fair. So what do you got? What's your secret? You give me a secret, I'll give you a secret.
Well, considering my life might be on the line for that secret, I won't tell you that secret. But I'll tell you another one.
All right.
Listen, the last man that I trusted and told the secret, I ended up naked down for a rich sacrificial ritual about to be murdered. So I just, you know, give me the benefit of the doubt. Literally. I asked the man on a date. He was a very fancy lord. And then he turned out that the,
Did you do it on Sadie Hawkins?
what?
It's the day you can ask fellas on dates.
No, he asked me on a date.
Oh, he asked you on a date.
Yeah, he asked me, he took me out, and I ended up, waking up, tied down, about to be sacrificed. So,
I'm gonna strike
forgive
Sadie
me.
Hawkins. That's only 40 years anachronistic. I forgive you. You're serious?
yeah. Swear on my late mom's life.
So,
And before that was no one else, except for the man who tried to violate me. So, I've had bad experiences with telling secrets and giving things to men. If
Yeah.
you're wondering why.
well, this coffee doesn't seem strong enough. Do you want to switch to whiskey? Let's toast that poor bastard, because I think any guy that would have tried to go against what you wanted. I think you, I don't think he, probably lived to regret it. I'm sorry.
No. Nah. It's my secret? Your turn?
I mean, So, I don't know. What do you want to know?
Yeah, Wait, for your first answer when you were bullshitting me about what you're doing here, I'd like, you know, if you're willing to share, I was open and honest with you. Because there's no way that you're halfway across the world just because you're good friends.
I don't know.
What are you running from? It's generally what people leave.
I don't run from anything. Okay? I want... Bites his lip for a moment. I've seen a lot of crazy shit. But I'm looking for something. I'm looking for something to... God, that sounds stupid. I'm looking for something that makes me believe.
To believe in
I don't know. Anything.
anything?
Anything. It's all a crock of shit otherwise. You get born, and then a bunch of bad stuff happens and you die. And there's got to be a reason for it. I don't know. I want to... I want to find something worth dying for. Hell, living for would be nice too, but I don't like my options and my odds for that. So, I just want to... I want to see if the world's got anything going for it. Because right now, I don't think it does.
Oh, Sam Blackwood.
Oh, Darcie Harkness. What?
I think the Earth and the Mother, she's led you right into the perfect spot to believe. You've definitely found the right group of ladies.
Because you're a bunch of weirdos. Look, I know you can do all sorts of weird stuff.
Mm.
It ain't the first time I've seen that stuff.
Does not,
But-
that makes you go, what, the, believe that doesn't.
Why would it? Look, Henry's got a cousin that can turn into a cougar. All right.
Yeah,
And
but
a
that
hawk.
doesn't- And that doesn't impress you.
Yeah, it's impressive. You can turn into a guy.
Yeah.
Honestly, that's a little more impressive than turning into a cougar. Like that, I've seen cougars before. I've never seen a pretty girl turn into a man before. That was a little weird. I guess I saw a man turn
Impressive.
into a...
I'm pretty.
No, I said I've never seen a pretty girl turn into a man before. I just saw some Irish girl turn into one.
Oh, okay.
Look, if you're coming here just looking for compliments, Darcie Harkness, I can give them to you. Oh, Darcie Harkness. Your hair, he grabs a bit of it. Your hair's like the embers of a campfire. Right when you're going to sleep. The last bit of warmth when you're shutting your eyes against the cold. And your eyes are... the color of the tree line. Just outside of a Navajo camp. Your skin's like the snow beneath it. On a winter beneath the mountains. Your tits are nice too.
And here I thought you were actually getting poetic there. Yeah, almost had it. Didn't quite nail the landing though. Didn't come for compliments.
You know what? If I nailed the landing, you'd think I was gonna sacrifice you to some god. Now you know. I'm legit.
Ooh, you're legit. I mean, there's really only one way to confirm that. You'd have to take me out on a date before that to really prove that you're legit. Otherwise, it's just talk. He was very good at swinging as well. So, you know, you'd have to
You don't want to
prove
go.
that.
Are you trying to get me to ask you on a date?
No, just saying if you wanted to
What
prove
you
yourself.
saying? You'd be interested in going on a date with me?
Yes. I would. Because you don't.
I
You didn't try and swim me and treat me like some naive child, fragile woman.
You're not you're like, what, 19, 20? You're a woman. Look, you wouldn't want to go out with me anyway. I wouldn't know where to start. I haven't... been out with a lady in a while. I mean, I've been out with a lady. I've been in with a lady, but I haven't been out with a lady. I wouldn't even know what to do. Like, what would I take you out for dinner and coffee? Huh.
Well, congrats, Sam. Looks like you're on a date.
Huh.
If you wanted that. If not, I'd probably bewitch you with my womanly wiles. Tricked
Well,
you into
yeah.
it.
Well, no shit. That's how all women do it. That's why you're more dangerous than us.
If you want to see a real magic trick, I can make him bigger too. She'll shrug her chest. That's when I put my womanly wiles to good use.
I mean... Check. And on that note, he's going to call for the check, and I think we're actually going to end game here so that we have plenty of time for Amy next session, and we got a lot done in this little bit of time, story-wise. In the meanwhile, Jen did write a haiku, and I'm assuming that Josephine is jotting this haiku down as well, as the camera pans back, and we see at the next table
Josephine's
over.
Vanished. No, Josephine's vanished.
She's
So
gone?
I know. Yeah, I have plans. So she was feeling third wheelie with Evelyn and Henry, and was like, fade to black. Like, bye bye. Her fade to black. That's.
So, as we're going to wrap that, do you know where she's headed at this point?
I do, but I don't know specifically, and I need to talk to you about it. That's all.
Okay, that sounds good. So in that case,
Yeah.
I won't do a stinger there. I'll say that as you are headed wherever you are headed, you are going to get a chill up your spine as something rubs up against that spell you have. Not bad, not good, but strangeness is afoot. But we're going to figure out what that means next session as we continue our little time in Jerusalem before we continue on toward, I almost said Dubai, toward, this is Dubai, toward our final destination of Bombay. Hey folks, thank you so much for tuning in. This has been a lot of fun. All of you are going to take 4 experience points for tonight, 3 from the chat, 1 from me. If you'd like to raise any of your things, let me know. Amy, if you're watching, you'll get the 4 XP as well, because just because you're sick doesn't mean that I don't have to pay you XP. And we are going to kind of pan out and see that Evelyn and Henry are just sitting at the next table, listening in at this, shaking their heads with their backs kind of turned so they can't hear this, or they can't see you. But you guys are all amazing. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Mage the Ascension the Victorian Age. We have a lot of things that are happening this week, so if you're just joining us for the first time, we have tons of World of Darkness stuff. We've got, over the next couple of days, we have nothing tomorrow night. But on Friday night, we have Vecna Eve of Ruin, where we're going to be wrapping up our time in Barovia. On Saturday night, we have a special Between the Axe session of our Cold Iron Western Dungeons & Dragons game, which is honestly more roleplay than it is D&D. I think you're going to really like it. But we're doing the Roundup, which is a downtime session where we evolve the characters and we talk about what's coming in the next arc. Then on Sunday, we have a special episode of the Shards of Nirn as the characters get together to try to resurrect a dead god. On Monday night, if you're on our Patreon, you have access to another Mage game. We're running session 0 of Mage the Ascension Technocracy Dominion, which is my answer to what would happen if Succession was a Mage game. Set in Vancouver, BC. And then on Tuesday, we have a special episode of Keys from the Golden Vault to wrap that up. We're just figuring out who's going to be running that game on Tuesday. And finally, on Wednesday, we're going to be back with a very special episode, because they're always special, of Vampire the Masquerade, the Transylvania Chronicles, as maybe we find out what's in the box. You never know. But if you would like to join the Patreon, you get access to a bunch of additional content like our additional Mage games, our Hunter the Vigil game, and you get your name at the end of the episode if you are one of the lucky people like our divine patrons, my parents, and Shikon de Vermillion, or our demonic producer, Sorcerer Sanguine, our wizards of the Patreon, Tammy the Forever Cleric, the Ink Goblin Crusher Urquhart, and Big Nut, our monster makers, Soul Omen and Larouk, and our High Council, Terran, Amberthist, Raven with Baubles, Chef Eladeth, Mike Baxter, Brian Kaler, Nerdy Metal Gent, Grumpy Owl, Lost Hero, and Nihilus. A big thank you to everybody who supports us, loves us, and keeps dropping comments and likes on these videos over on YouTube or listening on podcasts. Hearing your comments really does keep me going when I am out of sorts or when I am really busy with like all of the stuff it takes to run this channel. So thank you so much for everything. We'll see you next time on Mage the Ascension, the Victorian Age, here on Dork Tales. Good night, everyone.